Right, so texture is how something feels or how something looks like it would feel. And that's what Dawson said. And then Eric shared how in his graphics programs, there's a tool called texture. And you can add texture visually with different types of colors and layers. We are going to do the same thing right now. So getting a piece of paper, and I'm going to switch my camera, and an art material of your choice. Now, you mentioned a graphics program, like an animation program. You can do this digitally, but I don't recommend doing it digitally if you don't have a printer, because you're gonna need these papers that we do. Otherwise, I would use the paper that I've provided for you. So I'm gonna take this paper that I have, and I'm gonna fold it in half this way, okay? That's right, it is how something feels or looks like it would feel. You're exactly right, thank you. So I'm gonna take and I'm gonna fold my paper in half this way, and then I'm gonna fold my paper in half this way, so that when I open it up, I have 4 sections. Now I am using the white paper that I provided for y'all in your folder. If you don't have a folder, you can use any paper that you have on hand. Now for some of you, that might be notebook paper. For others, it might be drawing paper in your sketchbook. Hello, Erica. Hi, Erica. Welcome. But whatever type of paper you have, you need it in 4 sections. I'm going to show you how to do this on this kind of paper. One of my favorite things to do this on is a note card, because on a note card, see how that's already that size? These are great. You do not have to do this next step, but after I have folded my paper, I am going to divide it and draw a line on the folds. The only reason I'm drawing a line on the folds is so you can see what section I'm working in, so you can see it better for the camera. You do not have to do that part, right? That is completely optional. Now, are there any questions for this? Can I have a thumbs up if you're ready? Ready for the next stage? Okay.
Can we put the black lines with Sharpie?
Yes. Yes, you can. You can. But you don't have to. You can. Now, for this part, it's up to you on how, hold on, wait a second. I'm not ready. It's okay. If you're not ready, I'll pause just a minute. While you're getting your materials ready, I'm going to show you what I'm going to work with. I have my paper here, and for this assignment, I'm going to use crayons for this part. But you don't have to use crayons. You could use markers. You could use a plain pen. You could use a pencil. You pick what material you want. Color pencils, your choice. But I'm going to use crayons. I don't know if y'all have ever seen these before. I have a set in my classroom. These are called color sticks. And the color sticks are like the inside. They're kind of a cross between a crayon and a color pencil. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. But it doesn't have the wood on it. It's just the color stick. So it is like a crayon, only crayons have a lot of wax in it, and this doesn't have more wax. So it's right between a color pencil and a crayon. I really like these color sticks. They have really expensive ones that look like this. I don't know if you can see, they look like that. This set I've had forever. They last forever. This set, though, is made by Crayola, and they work really well. And these are my new ones. I haven't used this set yet, but I have a set that I've had in my classroom for over 5 years, and they're only to like right here. They last really well. They will break easily. They will break easily. Erica, you said you didn't get the folder. I had a gigantic box in the front office for you. Did you not get that when your mom went to the school? You were supposed to ask for it.
No, she said she told them she gave them my name, and then they only gave me my math books, but not the art set, the art folder.
Okay, I hope she was supposed to ask for the art directly. If not, it's still up in the front office because everybody that came through wasn't an art student. If she didn't ask for the art directly, they wouldn't have given it to her. But it's there. Next time I go to the school, I'll look to make sure it's still there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you're welcome. Your folder is inside of that box, Erica. Okay. So we're going to do textures, different types of textures. Now, if you are able to move around in your location that you're in, great. You can do that. If not, use what you have. And I'm going to show you, these are things called texture sheets. And I hope y'all have done these. I'm sure somebody's done these before. Where you put your paper on top of something that has a texture. Can y'all see that okay in the camera? It needs to be a texture that you feel. So I'm going to take this, and I can feel this, and I'm going to take my color stick. Okay, yes, crayons, color pencils, they work great. And I'm going to color on my paper like this. It makes a really cool noise. Now this is a texture sheet, and I'm using this example because I have it right here. So I don't know if you can see. That's created that texture. Those are perfect, Erica. And I can actually feel this on the page. But what happens if you don't have like a texture sheet? You find something that has a texture on it, like the bottom of your shoe. If you take your shoe and put your paper on top, I hope y'all can see this. No, I don't expect any of y'all to have texture sheets. I would be shocked if you had texture sheets. But what you do have are items that have texture in it. So look, that's the bottom of my shoe. You have the bottom of your shoe. You probably have things in your room. Smooth is a texture. Okay. I can take my paper here, and hopefully you can see this. I'll do this in black. I have my scissors here. Wait a minute. Look at that. Can you see that? So even if you don't have, like let's say you don't have shoes on right now, you're barefoot, there are lots of things that you have that you just need to look around and see what you can do, right? So just very quickly, I was able to do this with a pair of scissors, and it's starting to look really neat. You see? You see how that started? Yes, Elijah.
Also have texture?
What does?
A ruler?
Yes, a ruler. So my ruler that I have right here has smooth numbers on it, but this ruler, I don't know if you can see, this has a really cool, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to combine this. That's a good idea. So I have my ruler here, and I'm going to take a different color and color it over top. And look at that. I'm getting that really cool texture and that really cool pattern. So what you're gonna do is, see, look at that. That turned out really cool. I like how that looks visually. That's nice. In your first square, yeah, I think so too. That's a good word for it, Liam. I think that looks dope, but I'm not cool enough to say that. You are. You're gonna start in your first square. If you have already started, it's okay. But if you haven't, I'm gonna set a timer for like 2 minutes. And the reason I'm setting a timer for 2 minutes is just to make sure that we're all working together and we're still moving along. So I'll start it in just a second, and I'll say start, and you work with the texture in this section. Then I'll say stop, and then you go to the next one and you move on. If you have already started, it is okay. You have done nothing wrong. You are good. But if you haven't started, I'm gonna start it right now. So, ready, begin. Find something that has a texture on it. You know what? I'm gonna use my actual things right here because I have it right here on my desk. Let's say you don't have anything and you're stumped and you're worried about the fact that the timer is going off and you're like, I've got to get something. Draw something that has a texture, like draw tree bark, or let's see, a concrete wall has a great texture. Lots of options. And I like the red here, but I really, it's too plain for me. One solid color might be good. That might be your style. So I'm gonna layer some colors because I'm the artist and there's no wrong answer for this. Right, so that is, I switched it to 1 minute for time, so we didn't run out. So that's your first one. Go to your next page, your next area, and begin your next texture now. You have 1 minute. For me, I did this one earlier, and I like it, but again, it's kind of plain. So in the background of this one, I'm just gonna do a smooth texture just to cover it. I like white, but sometimes in my background, I don't really like a lot of white areas in my background. Then I'm gonna take, ooh, I see some great textures. That looks like the top of a, what is that bottom right one that you did right there, Liam? Yeah, what's that one?
My dad's workout bench.
Oh, that's really cool. It's a great texture. So for this one, I liked the pattern and the texture that's showing, but I wanted to add more. So I took it and I just moved it slightly over so it was off center, and that gave me another area. So that's your second space. Now go to your third and begin. I'm not going too fast, am I? I hope not. Y'all let me know if I'm going too fast. Sometimes they make really cool noises. So this one, I like how some of these are like layering. Oh, Erica, I saw that one. That was fast. I like how some of these are layering different colors, and it's making it really kind of interesting. And again, there's no wrong answer for this. And if you don't have these textures, just drawing things with textures are good. Now you should be on your fourth and last one. Your 1 minute begins now. Now I drew this texture on it already. I think Elijah mentioned a ruler, so I did the ruler here. But I want to make these lines stand out more. So, oh, Erica, that's cool. Is that, it looks like the top of a marker box or pencil box. So I'm going to take this red here. And remember, smooth is a texture. So I'm adding in these like lines. I'm going to do that with yellow.
It's the top of the shoe.
On top of a shoe. I tell you, yes, shoes have great textures on them because they try to get all those fancy textures and patterns on the bottom. So I've added to this one my own design on top. Okay. Now, you have been given 1 minute per square. I'm going to give you 1 more minute, and in that last minute, I want for you to look through and see if there are any details, anything you want to add to it, like you just saw me doing here with the yellow. You can work on one section or all 4. So you don't have to worry about drawing this. Remember, you're just doing the lines and the patterns. Ready? Go. And I bet you can draw. Someone just said they didn't think they could draw. I bet you could. I'm going to take and right here with my color stick or my utensil, and I'm going to color in just a few of them. Not many. Just a few little areas. Because there's no right or wrong answer. Let's say that you have your piece and you only had that one item or that one texture. You can just repeat the same texture over and over again using different colors, and that will work. All right. Perfect. Would anybody else like to show me their textures? Let me see. Exactly. That bottom one is like, ooh, are those circles? I like the ones that are, it looks like different circles here. These are great. That honeycomb pattern is one that I like. That looks good. That's from your dad's workout bag. Jack, and I saw yours. I can see that's a green. Is that like a great, what's the bottom blue one? Yes, what's that one? Oh, that's cool. I can't see that blue, Landon. Was that from like an aqua bead thing? That looked like aqua beads. That looks cool. That's good. Would anybody else like to share their textures? Okay. So Friday morning at 8 o'clock, you will receive an assignment link for you to take. You want to show Mom, but it looks like you can't do this wrong, Elijah. There's no way for this to look wrong. Look at the bottom of that shoe. That looks good, Erica. You will get a link on Friday morning at 8 o'clock for you to